How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews, back to get another review. Not just another review, a little side-by-side. Hopeful goodness. Well, I've had these before. Well, one I have before. In the form of Hudson Valley Brewing. It's their sour IPA. It's their Incandenza versus their Galaxy version. Yeah. Hudson Valley. It's been almost a year to the day that I visited them for the first time. Little rehash. Late February. Today is the 15th. So around like the 25th or 26th of last year, 2017, I was going to meet a friend. I needed to kill some time. I went to a brewery, Newburgh, which is in upstate New York. And I, was there for a bit, but I needed to kill some more time. So I looked up breweries. And I was like, oh, what's this Hudson Valley place? Went over there, walked in, ended up having some beers there, and loved it. They were open for about 5 days when I went there for the first time. And I brought back 2 growlers full of beer. I forget what the other one was, but the other one was this. So I did review this out of a growler back then. And since then, they became a kind of, very popular King Shit a Fuck Mountain kind of brewery in the moment. And since then, they've been doing a lot of different stuff. Cans, little 12 ounces, little pounder cans, bottles, yada, 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 yada. The whole nine. And yeah, there you go. Story time. But yeah, I haven't been out there in a bit. It gets super crowded there. I'm not one to kind of do the whole crowd waiting thing, especially in those kind of nutty environments. And it's about 2 hours away, so it's just a little bit out of my comfort zone. So crowds, long drive, no thanks. But I'm lucky enough to have good people in my life. And one of those people is Joel, and he dropped off these for me. And he dropped them off, and I realized, you know what? I did the Incandenza before, but I figured, hey, base, Galaxy, got to do them both together. So here we go. As far as what it says in the cans, Incandenza Sour IPA. This one says exactly the same thing, but it says with Galaxy. This is a deep, rich purple. This is a lighter blue. They're both 6% alcohol by volume, and that be that. Nothing else on the cans. Just, kind of geometric-y, kind of, New World Indian style patterning on there. Done and done. So let's do this. Throw those glasses up there. Crack this. So, Hudson Valley, what's their gig, yo? They are predominantly a sour brewery, doing a lot of hop-forward sour offerings, whether they be fruited, whether they be non-fruited like these. I don't remember if this has lactose in it. I don't believe so. But yeah, they used to make Pilsners. They still might do that, but they used to do a lot more. Let's use that kind of wording. Pilsners, regular base IPAs, double IPAs. I've heard things about their whole setup being kind of compromised or whatever. That's all hearsay, but predominantly what they've been doing is these kind of sour IPA offerings. As far as these to pour, this one, the base, much less head on it. I give them a little bit different pour on it, but it wasn't that drastically of a different pour. So kind of dropped the head off this one really quick. This one's sticking around. Both are kind of getting the same kind of coloration, but this one, the Galaxy, is a bit darker. You probably see that in the light there. When it kind of shines through, you don't get as much light through this one. So bigger head on this one, darker on this one. So they look like different beers. The color's the same, it's just a little bit denser over here and a bit bigger of a head. So yeah, so let's get a little snifferooski on the base. Yeah, you're getting more of a kind of sharp tartness. I believe when I reviewed the original, I said this kind of brightness, this kind of sunshiny brightness to the tartness, and that's kind of rings true here still. You are getting a bitterness. It's more of a kind of soft, funky, dirty, kind of greeny bitterness, along with a sharp kind of somewhere north of kettle sour, but somewhere south of kind of super funk, bacteria-laden sour, kind of sharpness to it, a brightness to the funk. But yeah, you're getting citrus. You're getting that nice richness off it from that kind of graininess. Like I said, it's like a muddled, dirty kind of richness. And by rich, I mean kind of like almost sweeter like. And you're getting that kind of bright sourness off it. As far as the Galaxy one goes, I don't think the sour component is smaller in this. I just think that the hop profile is bigger. You're just getting a bit more of that greenness. It's a bit more kind of full, a bit more flushed. It's a bit more rounded. It's not necessarily too much in your face or more in your face than over here. It's getting a wider kind of berth of that greenness in this one that I think kind of pushes down that sour brightness. So yeah, they smell different. They look different. Not super different, but different enough. Let's see what the original tastes like. Cheers. Yeah. It's coming off very old school grapefruit juicy. There's that bright summeriness to it, a little bit of nutty malt. And what I mean by that grapefruit juiciness, if you get like old school dull can pull tab kind of grapefruit juice that has no sugar added to it, this is kind of what you get from that. You know, nowadays we have this kind of, whether it be orange juice or grapefruit juice or whatever, you have this certain kind of like sweetness, almost like it's expected nowadays, this added sweetness. This is kind of before they started over sweetening everything. That's kind of what you're getting off this one. Grapefruit vibes abound, very natural. There's like a tartness to it too, almost like it's a fruit medley, a non-sugar added fruit medley. You know, it's like almost like if you mashed a bunch of pears and grapefruits together and you kind of just drank the juice from that without adding any sugar to it at all. It's not as sweet as you think it would be, and that's kind of what you're getting here. Sure, you have that little bit of nutty malt. Sure, you get a little bit of that greenness from the hops, but that's kind of where this one lands for me. It's still bright. It's refreshing. That's where I get that kind of sunny day kind of thing going on when I drink it. Definitely tastes of summer. But I could drink that all day long. I think I said that in my old review too. There's two things that stuck out to me. It's the brightness and how much I could chug it. And I could just chug this beer all day long. Let's move on to the Galaxy. Cheers. I mean, it's pretty much following to a T what the nose gave you. You're getting that grapefruit smashed pear thing going on. You're getting that brightness. You're getting a little bit of that nutty malt. You're just getting a little bit more greenness in there. A bit of a more rounded, kind of wide, birthy, as I would put it, kind of greenness. It's not crazy, like, over-the-top hopped. I'm probably losing a little bit of the fruit component of the hops in there. Or I'm getting a ton of it based off of actually what you're getting in the beer. I feel like that actual fruit component is a lot more yeast-driven than hop-driven. I could be wrong. But it's more that greenness is just kind of lifted up. It just makes more sense. Not more sense. That's what I'm looking for. Makes more of an impact, but it's not as big as you think. That's why I'm having a hard time kind of articulating it. It's bigger, but in a way, you know, I don't know. The way a balloon is bigger. If that makes any sense. It's not striking. It's not in your face. It's just rounder and softer. It just adds an extra component to it. They're not drastically different beers. They taste different, and they're easy to kind of detect differences in both of them, but they're not drastically different beers. You just tell. I mean, it's almost like on the nose what the beer is. This is a sour IPA. This is a sour IPA with extra hops, and it just shows that way. Both of them are infinitely drinkable. I can crush these all day long and have no problems putting down probably a couple of these. This is almost like a session beer for me. I don't think my palate will get weary at all drinking these. And yeah, this stuff you kind of wish you can get in like a 30 rack and kind of bring to a barbecue or golfing or something like that, to where you can actually go out and about and just drink a bunch of these, because I don't think this is going to give me heartburn. It's not going to weigh heavy, and it's going to be super drinkable. It's summer in a can. Let's put it that way. It's summer in a can. It's about as close to, let's put it this way. This is how I want to end this little middle part of the review. It's as close as you can get to a fruit juice with it still being absolutely 100%, without a doubt, non-eye blinking, a beer. It tastes like beer, but it gets really close to that OG old school 50 styles, fresh squeezed, non-overly sweetened GMO kind of fruits. And that's a good fucking thing. So let's talk about it. Is this one of the better sour IPAs that I've had as of late? Sure. I mean, who does them? Who does them? You know what I mean? Hudson Valley's pretty much got their whole thing going on with these things, so it's not a big field of beers I got to wade through to kind of put these towards the top. But, you know, It's still one of the best. Value and availability, I don't know what these cost. You know, when I went there, it was pretty cheap. It was like $8 a crowler, but, you know, people are waiting in line, hundreds and hundreds of people, and super too early in the morning waiting and hanging out. So God knows what they are now. I think they put these in 6-packs. They do. I don't think they're that bad price-wise, so I shouldn't poop on it like that. But yeah, they're definitely something that a lot of people wait in line for. And leave you with, if you like what we like is, if you like that old school kind of fruit thing going on, if you like the idea of sour beers, but sour beers are a little bit too aggressive for you. Listen, this is somewhere above your kettle sour, as I said in the beginning, but it's somewhere below your kind of enamel strippiness, even way below that. So it's not Fisher Price My First Sour, but it's definitely its own thing. So it's like, it's weird. It definitely gives you, it definitely checks the marks of someone who's not a sour junkie and gives you what you want from sour beer, while at the same time not getting off the rails and giving you heartburn or getting too far outside of that, and giving you a lot of the familiar tastes that you come to know and love in a lot of these hazy kind of IPAs, because that's essentially what it is. It's the hazy IPA on a sour tip. And so if you like the hazy, Haze-Bro, hop toddy beers, and you like a little bit of sour in your life, then these have definitely foot the bill. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you didn't, anywhere in between, down there, Words and Stuff and Things. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped, Massive Beers. All 4 of those places if you want to check this dude out somewhere else. And also check out the podcast I do. Different than one of the stuff I do here. BeerMassive.com. MASSIF.com. Or your favorite podcasting app. And there you go. Another review down. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a sour IPA right now. And hopefully see you next time. Ooh, almost dropped that. Cheers.